Hi, welcome to Chalk with Terry. I'm Terry Hargraves, and today I'm going to work on the rustic wreath transfer. Now this is a rather large transfer. When I ordered it, I honestly didn't read the dimensions, so it's a lot larger than I anticipated. But that's alright. I have a board that'll work. So let's take this off. And we want to be careful when you're working with the larger transfers. Sometimes they're a little tricky to work with, and meaning when you take it off the backing, sometimes they tend to stick. They'll fold in and stick on themselves or what have you. So let's see if we can avoid that. So I'm going to use on our transfers there are lines that you could use for cutting. So I'm just going to follow those lines. Okay. And while I'm cutting, I want to thank you so much for watching. And if you would hit that subscribe button, and there's a bell next to the subscribe button, and then you will be notified when I upload my next video. I try to upload about once a week. So, and of course, like my videos would be great. And you are welcome to share my videos too. And also, if you do any of these projects, please send me pictures. I love to see what everybody else is doing. Alright, so these little strips we will use later on, so we won't cut those right now, just put those off to the side. Okay, so here is the rustic wreath, so you can see how large that is. And I'm going to get my fuzzing cloth. Okay, so here's my fuzzing cloth. And so I think I'm just going to fuzz part of it a little bit at a time, just to be on the safe side, okay? And what I mean by that is I'm going to pull back the transfer halfway, like such, and then I'm going to fuzz that. So you can see that the transfer right here is on the fuzzing cloth. Okay, and you can see maybe some of the fuzz that it's picking up. Because I have done a few larger transfers, and honestly, when they stick together, if they fold in on itself, and it's kind of hard to get it fixed. It's not impossible. Like, I think the best thing to do is just to run it under cold water and then pull it apart gently, because you don't want to stretch your transfer at all. So we'll just play it safe. So this is a safe way of doing it. And yes, I have Siri. Siri is with me over here. She is sleeping, sound asleep. She decided that she just wanted to sleep on my craft table today. So we have a sleeping cat while we're doing our YouTube today. She is tired. Sometimes she likes to make appearances. Usually she's awake. I don't know. She's just sound asleep today. Alright. So let's take a look at this transfer. So we have, let's see. And this is the top here. It has a hanging portion. And I'm going to do a double. Let's see. This is the... Okay, so right here at the bottom, okay, you can't see that. Hold on, let me move this here. Okay, right here at the bottom is, it says rustic wreath, 2018 Chalk Couture. So I guess technically this is the bottom of the wreath, but you could, obviously it's your design, you know, your work, you can do it in any order that you choose, but I think I'm going to stick with that. I like the look of the leaf here and that. So let's take this off here. So I want to see, I'm going to try to make it in the middle of this. I have like a little border here. And I did wax this surface already and waited 24 hours, so we should be good. Alright, so I just kind of want to make sure it's going to be somewhat in the middle. So that would be a good placement right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave the backing on, and I'm going to place my transfer, the top part of my transfer here. Alright, and then I'm going to take the rest of the backing and pull it off. So now I have it on the board. See how I did that? Like I said, you don't have to do it this way. I just find it's easier. For me, it's easier anyway. I have so much less hassles doing this. Alright, so I'm going to use the shimmer copper first. So I'm just going to, put this shimmer on here. You can see that it's really pretty, sparkly. And I'm just spraying it around with the whole entire wreath here. And making sure everything is covered. Alright. And I will go through one more time just to make sure I don't have any extra paste. Doesn't need to be there. Any extra I'm putting right back into the jar. And then we will pull it up and see what it looks like. Oh wow, it looks so pretty. Okay. Alright, and I'm going to make sure that I don't, this doesn't hold up on each other. And I'm going to go rinse this off and I will be right back. Hello, I am back. And so I washed the transfer and let it dry. So this is the way we had it. It looks great. It's I guess I used the shimmer copper. So now I want to put some white on there. And I don't want it to be I don't want it to be exactly the same. So let's just line it up this way. And we put some white on top of there. Okay. So now you can see that the transfer is in an angle. I specifically do not, I don't want it exactly in the same spot, and I don't want it exactly opposite. Okay, so, and what I'm doing is I'm just, you know, usually we push down on the transfer to get all the air bubbles out. When you're layering, you don't want to really push down too hard because you can actually pull up the transfer. Okay, so we're going to open this one. It's a new one. that stirred up real quick. So we want to make sure that our paste is like the consistency of pudding, yogurt, something like that. Alright. So I'm just going to, since I have the stirring stick, I'm just going to wipe it off this on there. I'm going to take a clean squeegee and I'm going to put white on there. So we're going to do the wreath in white on top of the copper. Now, if you just want one layer, that is perfectly fine. You can do 3 layers. You can do as many layers as you want. Artistically, the look that I was going for, I wanted 2 layers. I'm going to just make sure there isn't any extra. And I'm not pressing very hard at all. Just going over very lightly. Alright, any extra I'm putting right back into the jar. Close this up because I have a sleeping cat over there. Still sleeping. Alright, and let's pull this up. Hopefully it doesn't pull up our copper. Alright. So far, so good. Alright, that's what I wanted. I wanted more of just a little bit thicker wreath there. So we're going to let this dry and then we're going to add some flowers and some wordage. So I'm going to wash off the transfer again and let that dry and then we will continue. Hi, we'll be right back. Alright, I am back and I apparently forgot to press the start recording button, so I did add a few pink flowers and now I'm adding some yellow. Now these are from the these flowers were included with the rustic wreath. But you can add different flowers from different transfers. I'm just using what came with for now. I like the daintiness of it. It's so pretty. And I got just a little bit extra that came off there. I need to fix that. I'm going to close my yellow for now. I'm going to wipe this off right here that I accidentally spilled on there. That's what's so nice about the chalk paste. It's washable, right? So yeah, no worries. Okay, I'm going to wash that. Just wipe that yellow off with the disinfectant wipe. And that's what I did to the pink one, or after I did the pink as well. Alright, so now we're going to do the blue. I want to make sure that I have all the chalk paste off of my fingers. And I'm going to go back and use the same size that I used the pink for the blue. say I just love this wreath. It's so pretty. I cannot wait to do another one of these, to be honest with you. I love it. You know, this is just an idea. Everybody has their own vision and their own what they like. I think that looks fantastic. I'm really happy with that. I am going to add a little bit of teal with the smaller flower. So I'm going to take that, the same one that I used, the yellow. And I'm just being very careful so I don't put the transfer on any of the flowers that I already used. Okay. I think I need one more teal right here. All right. How super cute that looks, huh? So I know that kind of the glare from the lighting's kind of hard to see. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It looks so pretty just the way it is. I mean, without even any words or anything. I love it. Alright, so I'm going to let those dry, and then I will come back and add some. Hi, I'm back. So I let the flowers dry a little bit, and so you could have this would look awesome in it, and suddenly you became my everything. Would look fantastic in the middle of the wreath. Or Mr. and Mrs. Put love, put welcome. In this particular case, I'm going to be doing this for a wedding event. Alright, so we're going to do Mr. and Mrs. in the middle of this wreath. And I'm going to do it in white. So we're going to put the and last. Okay, so let's place the Mr. and Mrs. for now. Okay, let's see. Okay. And I don't want it to really stick down too much on the wreath part, so I'm just gonna put a squeegee underneath it there, just so it doesn't stick down very hard. And then I'll get the misses here, and I'll use the back side of the and to put over the wreath. Alright, I'm going to make sure there aren't any air bubbles. Make sure there aren't any air bubbles up here. And then I'm going to take my white. To put the white on the mister. And work quickly.
Hello.
Here.
Are we live?
We are recording, and I'm almost done here. Just 1 moment.
You're fine.
Okay.
So you're helping out today?
She is. Alright, and then I have the mister right here. And then now I'm going to do the misses. Take this back thing off. Just get that little part there, and I got the misses done here. Looking good. And then we're going to put the "and" right in the middle. And I'm going to make sure there aren't any air bubbles there. And put the white chalk paste over the word "and." Alright. The extra back in the jar, and there we have a beautiful Mr. and Mrs. wreath. How pretty would that look at your wedding? Alright, well, thank you for watching, and remember to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and make sure you put that bell so you'll be notified. And I want to thank you so much for watching, and check out my Facebook page or my Instagram for more ideas. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll catch you next time. Bye!